In the end, the real story happens in the studio and on the dance floor, not
Exactly.
on the internet.
For me, social media is a tool, and this is how I want to use it. It's not a place for validation. I'm trying to use it constantly, presenting my work, my art, my music in a way that I feel comfortable. I can understand that a lot of artists are posting constantly, and they feel that, for example, posting.
They need to.
They need to boost to boost their social media because they feel that there is a second stage inside the screen, indeed. But on the other side, the real moment on the stage is something that you can't really compare with social media.
You know, in the end, the real story happens in the studio and on the dance floor, not
Exactly.
on the internet, because all this stuff on the internet is just a window, you know?
Yeah, it's just a window. Also, like I feel that many artists they want to be seen, but they don't really know why they want to be seen. It's totally two different things. When, for example, I perform on stage, I'm just feeling the moment. I don't think anything else. I don't think how will I look like in the videos or whatever.
You just feel it.
Yeah, and this is actually important. You just need to feel the moment. Of course, I can understand that there is pressure, and a lot of people are feeling this pressure because they feel that they need to perform online all the time and to be active all the time. For me, for example, I don't do it. I'm just not promoting my personal life so much. I'm just using social media only for promoting my music and sometimes some highlights from our daily life, you know?
Yeah.
Hello, this is Annie.
Hi, I'm Sarah J.
And our new masterclass is available on Sign. Together, we will go through the creation of a techno track focusing on the kick, bass, percussions, drums, and melodies without using any ready samples.
We will basically use Ableton Live, and by the end of the session, you will see how a simple idea can be transformed to a complete techno track.
Our masterclass is now available on Sign.
Social media can empower artists. You have a lot of opportunities, like meeting with your audience or get in contact with labels, with agencies.
Like a lot of artists are getting connected with each other, they're sharing music.
Or sharing like ideas.
Also what we are doing here, like interviews and masterclasses as well. It's a very powerful tool. Yes, it's definitely can empower artists. Also, I think for labels, it's also important to explore new artists.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also, new artists can also present something, their work.
For example, you can easily let your audience know that you are playing with vinyls, for example.
Yeah, or like whatever.
Yeah, you have great skills like just jamming in your studio.
Also, it allows music to travel like all over the world, like doesn't have boundaries. So you can also connect a lot of scenes together, like the scene in Europe, the scene in Latin America, like all over the world. So it's about connection, and this is very nice and very pure, let's say.
The line between sharing and selling yourself is very thin. In my opinion, sharing is about connection, and selling yourself feels more like chasing attention.
If you just promote yourself and promote your art because your goal is to connect with people and to present actually who you are, is pure. But chasing all the time trends and trying to sell yourself in this chaotic, situation that we're living right now, I think it's kind of you're going to be unfocused on what you want to do. Of course, there are many ways, all right? There are many ways to achieve what you want, but if you're an artist and you feel your art, sharing is, I don't know, caring, let's say.
Sharing for caring.
sharing is caring. It's just the point is just to know what you're doing, you know,
Yeah,
and the purpose that you're here.
Keep it simple and pure.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be a producer? Do you want to be a DJ? Or you want just to be famous? Or you just want to be seen? But you just need to realize that every artist has its own rhythm, you know?
Yeah, and its own path.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, just have your focus on your own progress, your own goals, and not just...
Yeah, you just need to appreciate your own process. And comparing actually yourself with yourself, it's the best. Yeah, just focus on your craft. We can also see that there are many people in the scene that they don't want to be here. They just want to do something else, or maybe they just only want to be famous or popular. And this is actually a big topic because it's not only them, it's also big agencies behind that. They're choosing people like, for example,
they wanted not artists, but let's say products in some way.
In some way, we are losing the sense of what an artist means.
Yeah,
you know, and
the meaning of
being an artist is definitely authenticity, you know. So weakness is also a part of the game. It's also a part of yourself. It's not only the bright side, it's also the dark side. So we all have our ups and downs, of course.
Yeah, and I think it's important and part of the game to have failure.
Yeah, it's important, and also like
because from the failure you became stronger.
Yeah,
and it's important to learn from your
mistakes, your failures. Exactly. Yeah. Also, sometimes creative blocks are coming, which is also like a part of not failure, but a moment of silence that your mind needs. But many people think that I failed, I lost my inspiration, for example.
What can I do?
Yeah. But it's also
part of a game.
It's also part of a game, and you also need sometimes to show this part of yourself, if you want, for example. This is not easy. Comparing yourself all the time with other artists, it's not easy to keep your mental health in a good state in general. And this is actually comes from social media, comes from all this anxiety that an artist can have by scrolling all the time on the phone, you know? I would say that I would reduce the numbers, like how many likes you have, how many views you have. I would focus, if I had to change something on the social media part, I would just focus only on the content.
You mean the music?
The music in every kind of art, like to focus on the material, not so much on the numbers, like likes, reach, views, because this is actually the thing that we are very stressed about. If you don't have like many likes or many views, probably they will never book you or whatever. So maybe if we change this on social media, maybe it would be a little bit easier and more relaxed situation. Just only, a way of presenting art.
In the end, what matters the most is to be connected with you, with people, and with the sound.
Yeah, actually, what matters is the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Is art. When all this noise is gone
And it's quiet.
and it's quiet, it's what matters is what defines us as artists, and what matters is to realize why we are doing this.
And why we are here.
Yes.